Good morning, One Love Center. Good morning to everyone, wherever you are in the world. Good morning for me. I'm on the other side of the world. Good afternoon for you on the east side. And my name is Ellen Suazo, Ellen Belinda Suazo. You will find me on Facebook as E Belinda. And I'm a holistic entrepreneur. I am a practitioner for One Love Center. Has been almost 10 years a practitioner, but we have been with One Love Center since it started in 2011 when I started my studying to become a practitioner. And it has been an amazing journey. I must say that to you. It's not the one that is speaking to you today is nothing like the one who came 11 years ago. And through that, a lot of things have happened. And today's topic that we're touching in today is the fear and the furious is the theme of the month, the theme of the year. No, the month. I'm sorry. The fear and the furious is the theme of the month, and our weekly theme is mobilizing anger. That's what we're speaking about today. And so I like to invite you to just sit still and take in our song that speaks about what our center, One Love Center, is about. Because that's what that song is really speaking about. It's speaking about the love, speaking about what we stand for, our mission, our vision. And so sit and just be with it.
Oh, 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 yeah. There's a place where love grows, where the spirit in you knows that you're welcome as you are, shining bright like every star. Come and learn, come and play in the sacred light of day. We're unfolding, growing free in the One Love family. One love, one life, one spirit divine, one heart, one life, your journey and mine, where compassion flows and grace abounds. One love, where love grows, love is found. One love, where love grows all around. Yeah, one love, one life, one life, one life, one spirit divine, yeah. One heart, one life, one life, one life, your journey and mine, where compassion flows and grace abounds. One love, where love grows, love is found. One love, where love grows all around. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Welcome to the sacred space, where we honor every face, the splendor of the God in you, shining through in all you do. Learning, growing, hand in hand, together we will understand. Prosperous, giving, hearts set free. One love is our destiny. One love, one life, one spirit divine, one heart, one life, your journey and mine, where compassion flows and grace abounds. One love, where love grows, love is found. One love, where love grows all around. Welcome home to one love, home to one. Welcome home to one love, where love grows, yeah. To one love.
Yes. So in that space of knowing what love is, what you are tuning into today, I like to bring up the mission and vision of One Love Center. Okay. So the mission of One Love Center is, our mission is to provide a stable, welcoming community for all who choose to learn, practice, grow, and play in the unfolding of their understanding of spiritual principles and spiritual living. Our community has been created as a place of fellowship, meditation, prayer, sacred and healing service, musical celebration, classes, workshops, and spiritual films. We envision a world as a sacred environment where spiritual living flourishes through the continued growth and development of learning and application of spiritual principles. One Love Center practices compassion in service, love in action, and joyous, prosperous giving in the community. So, welcome to our center. We are welcoming right now the new people that are joining in today, but also those of you who have been following us for all the years that we have been around. So, we welcome you to One Love Center and know that we are embracing you wherever you are in your journey. Because what we know is that you are an splendid spirit of God. That's what you are. And so, welcome to One Love Center, a place where love grows. Okay. So now I invite you to go within. This is a prayer, it's an invocation. And what we're about to start doing is that we are invoking the spirit within us, the spirit that is surrounding us all the time. Huh? And really, what we're doing it is for ourselves, for our human mind, so we can remember who we are and whose we are. We're not doing it for nobody else, but for ourselves. Invocation is for us to be grounded in spirit, to remember who we are as we continue to go through this celebration, so we can really hear with the ears of God, understand beyond human understanding. Okay, and that only happens when we tune into who we are, the spirit that we are. Okay, because this human form is just like like a suit. When you need a suit to go to the moon, if you don't have a suit, you can't be in the moon. So this suit that we have right now, and I'm calling it Ellen Belinda, it's just a suit to be in this planet, in this plane, in this dimension. But we're so much more, right? So that's what we're doing. We're invoking that spirit within us. And so allow yourself to be present, because when you're present, there's nothing other than divine love. I call it divine love. I call it God, spirit, consciousness, mind, the consciousness that is surrounding us and is everywhere. There's not one place that is not there. And when we tune into that consciousness, we are clear. There's no fogging. There's no misunderstanding. We understand the words that come. We understand what we hear, what we see, and we can be really in our true essence of who we are. And so I invoke that spirit within each one of us to be present as we start this celebration, this Sunday celebration, and we continue to explore the fear and the furious and stabilizing fear, moving beyond fear, moving beyond anger. And so I'm so grateful for the space. I'm grateful for the technology. I'm grateful for Reverend Rodney, for Lita in the back in the studio to help me do this celebration with you, so we can all be in community. And this is what it's about, to be in community, to be one mind. And so I give thanks for this, and I am knowing, and I am claiming and knowing this is how it is. And I allow it to be so. And so it is, and now it is. Ashe, amen. Okay, so That was the invocation. Okay. And so, as we mentioned before, today we are moving. The theme of this Sunday is mobilizing anger. Right. So today's um, topic is inviting us to transform our experience into possibilities. At least that's what I understood. Okay. It's it's inviting us. Hmm? It's inviting us so we can and when we are invited, we open ourselves. We open ourselves. And what I found from my own experiencing is that asking questions open the space, open my minds. And so I like to start with a question. What if the experience that have shaped us do not have to determine who we become? Again, what if the experiences that have shaped us do not have to determine who we become? So take a breath and let that question sit in. Let that question land into your whole being, because every one of us has lived through experience that has changed us. And thank God for that. Thank God for that. I know some of those experiences have opened us to unimaginable ways. They have challenged us. Some have hurt us. Some have surprised us. And some, perhaps, left us carrying reactions, belief, or stories long after the experience itself was over. And we know that, right? Because when we are children, we experience so much. And I've heard through psychology that from the time that you are in the womb of your mother all the way until 6 years, those are the gestation time where you are taking all in, all the experiences you're taking in, and you have no filters. And so you believe, you have some reactions, and then those reactions become beliefs or stories that stay with us. And so they stay with us so long that it goes all the way to adulthood. And then when we become adults, we have to go over those experiences so we can really see what the stories were about. And if what we have been believing, it is so. And a lot of times we find that those stories, those beliefs are just limiting us from moving forward. And so today, I like us to explore the possibilities, okay? And the possibilities, again, you will hear me ask a lot of questions because I believe that questions open answers. Usually allow when we assume things, we're giving it answers, and we are saying this is how it is. Yet questions allow us to open ourselves and to see beyond, and to be willing to receive other answers from spirit, from consciousness. Okay, so what if we don't have to change the past in order to change our relationship with it? And that's what I was just speaking about, right? When I gave you the example of a child and how we go all the way to adulthood. And when we adults and we going through we realize what our life has been and why our life has been the way it has been is because we have been playing out all those beliefs that we took in our early years, right? And so now we know that our past doesn't have to create our future. We can change it. And not only that, not only we can change it, I like to say adjust it because none of us like to change. So when we adjust, then we can change the relationship that we have with those belief system, with those stories that we have created in our mind. Because what I know is that transformation isn't about pretending something didn't happen, right? Because it happened, it had an effect on you. Okay, so what is it about discovering that we have more choices, more awareness, and more possibilities about more possibilities available to us than you and me may realize. And so I like to bring this quote. Our founder, Ernest Holmes, The Science of Mind, page 147. Ernest says, we have the ability to transcend previous experiences and rise triumphant above them, but we shall never triumph over them while we persist in going through the old mental reactions. So, what is really Ernest saying this here? Okay, and I love the distinction here because it doesn't say we didn't have the experience, it doesn't say the experience wasn't difficult, it doesn't say we shouldn't deny what happened. It doesn't, it says something much more empowering. We can transcend our previous experience. But there's a condition. The condition is that we cannot continue responding to life from the exact same mental reactions and expect to experience something different. So I like to invite you into our first moment of contemplation with the first question. And I like to invite you to maybe take a picture of this question and keep it to yourself and reflect, not just today, not just now, but over the week. And if something comes up for you today, I invite you to engage in the conversation. We will answer your questions, we will answer your comments, and we thank you for engaging in the conversation. And this is the reason why we have these questions, because we would love to hear your opinion. We would love to hear what comes to you, because what I know is that I'm not the only one who's channeling. You are channeling as well. So please share. Please feel free to share. So the question is, what all mental reactions might you be ready to notice differently today? And what possibilities could open if you did? Okay. So what mental reactions might you already have noticed differently today? And what possibilities could open for you today? Okay. So you don't have to answer out loud, like I said, and just notice what comes up for you. Maybe it's a reaction to criticism. Maybe it's a reaction to uncertainty. Maybe it's a need to control. Who knows what is coming up for you? Okay. Or maybe you're saying, oh, I already know this. I know what you're saying. I know. And when you have that, I know, that's a sign. That's the yellow light. Okay. Your mind is giving you a sign. So perhaps it's something much more subtle. Okay. Um, so sometimes what I know is that the old mental reaction isn't even a thought we consciously recognize, because a lot of time it's playing in the background so softly, so subtle, that we don't even know it's there. Okay, and I think that that's the reason why I love what I do. As I work with my clients, I'm able to help them see things that they were not able to see. I'm able to know for them what is true before they even know. And that process opens up so much for them. So if you have not had an opportunity to have a practitioner session with a practitioner, whether it's me, Lita, Reverend Rodney, whoever you like, we have many practitioners in Centers for Spiritual Living. So please reach out. It's an experience that you will not regret, because it will open up a lot of things for you. Okay. So what I know also is that what happened is that we might get challenged, right? We get challenged a lot of times. So what if something scares you? What does that look like? What does that look like? So what I'm saying to you is that a lot of times We are living from yesterday while we're standing in the present today. So the question is, what if today doesn't have to be yesterday repeated? Because each day is a new day. Each day is a new opportunity for you to choose. It is a new every not only every day, but every moment. You and me have the power to choose different. And this brings me to the second quote. It says, the spiritual journey, this quote is from Pema Chadron. When things fall apart, hard advice for difficult times, and that is on page 15. It says the spiritual journey involves going beyond hope and fear, stepping into unknown territory, continually moving forward. What do you get when you hear this quote? The spiritual journey involves going beyond hope and fear, stepping into the stepping into unknown territory, continually moving forward. That's what life is asking from us. Okay. And that's powerful. Those are powerful words, to move beyond hope and fear. Because a lot of times, at one point I thought that hope was positive and fear was negative, right? And so I was always moving in my mind, moving out of fear until one day it came to me so clearly that I no longer have to run from fear, okay? Or think that hope is the opposite of fear. No, because when I'm living in those two, in hope, I'm actually living in fear at the same time. It's the same coin with two faces. One says hope and the other one is fear. Okay? So what happens? Then when we have those two and we focus on those two, or we imagine a future in that, what happened is that we say, well, everything's going to be okay. When that happens, then I feel safe. I hope it works out. How many of us do say those things? Huh? I hope I don't fail. I hope he or she or they will change so everything can work out. Mm. And I say this because I was once there. I was once there. So I'm not speaking from a place of this is where I'm at, but from a place where I remember when I was there. And I remember how much it limited me to move forward. Okay. So we can no longer hope for things to be okay, for things to hope that I won't fail. My thing now is if I fail, so what? I could try it again. I can go over it again. I can go and do it again. Simple. Okay. Fear, that fear that things won't happen again, is a lie. It's a lie because things are going to happen. The question is, are you judging it as good or bad? And what I have from my own experience and from coaching other clients is that really nothing is really good or bad. It's an experience. And that experience is shaping you to become the being that you are here to be. That experience is helping you to overcome and to show up as the amazing being that you are. It's requiring you to move forward because without it, you won't move forward. So that's the difference between staying in fear or hope, because now it becomes a way of living. you realize that things can happen, but you also know that you don't have to stay there. You also know that you have the power to choose different. When you become conscious of what is playing out or who's you playing out, because the person that you were yesterday is not the same person today. It's just like I said at the beginning. I think I said it at the beginning, or when we were in when we were about to start. I'm not the same person that started from 2011. I'm not even the same person of 5 years ago, not even last year. Every experience is an opportunity for us to move forward. And every experience is going to bring out emotions of fear, because you and me are living a human experience. I was telling a client of mine, if you have no fear, then you no longer are a human. That is part of being human. And how about if we just accept it? And how about if we look at it as an invitation for us to ask a question of what more is possible here? Because none of us actually know what is the next moment will bring. We don't know what the next moment will bring, but yet we can still plan, we can prepare, we can make choices, but life will always contain something we didn't anticipate. And perhaps that's not a problem to solve. Perhaps that's part of the adventure. So, our second question here, it says, where in your life, the next reflection question is, contemplation question is, where in your life are hope and fear asking you to wait for certainty instead of inviting you to take the next step into the unknown? Where in your life are hope or fear, asking you to wait for certainty instead of inviting you to take the next step? Think about it. Where in your life? A relationship with your children, if you have children, your grandchildren, if you have grandchildren, at work or at your business, relationship with money, relationship with everything, because we have relationship with everything. There's not one thing that we do not have relationship with. And as long as we continue to have relationship, situations and conditions are going to show up to help us rise to the occasion and to move beyond. Okay, so what are you waiting for? What might be the next step that is for you to take? Okay, we don't have to see the whole staircase. The whole staircase. We can just take one step at a time. One step at a time. What if you and me commit to just make the next step? That's it. Just the next step. And what I know is that sometimes the fear makes us think and even imagine the worst situation. But the reality is not so, because making a different choice can change everything just like that. So one conversation is not going to give you the answers. Maybe you need more than one conversation. Maybe you need to set up an appointment to speak with a practitioner, to have a coaching session. Please. Because when you ask the right questions, something begins to shift. And what happens is that you become curious. And I am learning that the more curious we live, the better it is. You know, for those of us that were raised, and I was raised as a Catholic, but if you know anything about the Bible, Jesus said, in I don't know where, but he said it comes to me right now, that one of his disciples asked, who is going to, and not exactly my words, but this is the idea, who's going to enter the heavens. And he said, in order for you to enter heavens, you have to be like one of these little children. And for a long time, just like the followers, I thought that that means that I have to be born again. And there are even churches that are called born again because of it, I think. I don't know. But no, that's not what Jesus was saying. What came to me is that what Jesus was saying is that we have to be curious like children. Children, if you observe children, they're always curious. They're so curious. And so because they're so curious, they're always having an adventure. Every day, every moment is not the same because they're so curious. And how about my invitation to you is open yourself to being curious, to living life curiously. Okay? Live life curiously. And know that having hope or having fear or being angry is not bad. It's not good or bad. It's just an emotion of being human. And the thing is that a lot of us have been taught that fear is bad, hope is, well, I learned that hope was good, but later on I realized it's a coin, it's one coin with two faces, fear and hope. Mm? And that anger is bad. Any negative feeling that we human experience, we have been taught that is bad. But how about if instead of thinking that it's bad, we embrace each emotion without judging it? That's the idea. Without suppressing it, without trying to control it. Because when we do that, that makes us difficult. But when we realize that anger is not the problem, it's just energy. That's all it is. It's energy. I tell my kids, my adult children, I tell them there's no emotion that is good or bad. They are all there to teach us something. The question is, am I paying attention? So here we come to the next question, to the next quote. And this quote is by Minachi. It says, Decolonizing Nonviolent Communication, page 56. And the quote says, healthy anger is a call out of the healthy anger is a call out for connection and is not out to hurt anybody. Imagine that. Take that in. Healthy anger is it's a call out for connection. It's not a call out to hurt anybody. Wow. That's a good one. Think about that. A call for connection. Anger is informing us. It's asking us that something matters to me. It's asking me to pay attention. It's letting me know that something doesn't feel right. It's informing you that boundaries have been crossed. It's a call for you to take a break and to really look into it before you react. Anger is not asking you to react. Anger is asking you to stay present, to be present with what you are perceiving, and to honor what you're perceiving. Anger is not asking you to find out how to get rid of it. because it's an emotion that you can sit with it, take a deep breath, walk away from the situation for that moment. And I know it's not easy. Believe you me, I know. It's not easy to walk away when you're in the heat of the moment, they call it, right? But it's a practice. It's a spiritual practice. And the more we practice it, the more empowered you and me are. Because what anger is there to do is to show us something. It's not asking you to react to it. So the third contemplation question that we have is what might your anger be trying to connect you with? Your needs, your boundaries, your truth, or maybe it's trying to connect you to another person. What if that was the case? It's not asking you to fix anything. It's asking you to be curious. Because when we're curious, we can change any relationship. We can change the relationship, the experience we are having with that relationship. Hmm? My experience, not the other person outside of you, my experience with that situation. Hmm? So there's no need for us to judge it. Instead, we can ask, what is this? What? Instead of saying, I need to get rid of this, I can ask, what is this energy inviting me to know? And this brings us to our next quote, which is from Gandhi. I love this quote because this quote comes from Legacy of Love: My Education in the Path of Nonviolence, page 27. Gandhi says, "Use your anger for good. Anger to people usually means something negative, but anger is like electricity. It's just as powerful and just as useful, but only if you use it intelligently. It can be just as deadly and destructive if you abuse it. If we channel it, we can transform anger into a power that can move the world. Anger, as Gandhi said, is a gift. Imagine, anger is a gift. Because I love it because he says electricity isn't good or bad. It depends how we use it. And what I've come to learn is that everything in life is not good or bad. It's how we react to it, it's how we use it. And depending on the consciousness that we are channeling, we can cause it to damage something, or we can cause it to do some good for it. Okay, so when we use anger unconsciously, when we're not with it, we can actually destroy connections. We can destroy relationships. We can destroy opportunities of work, of business, of abundance. A lot. We can destroy a lot of things. But when we use anger consciously, we can create change. We can create so many opportunities because that gives us the opportunity to see what inspires us and to help us create more. That gives us the opportunity to speak up. That gives us the opportunity to organize. That gives us the opportunity to change patterns that we have not changed before. That gives us the opportunity to honor us and to build something that works for everyone. I like to say when we're an opportunity where everyone wins, win, win. A situation where it's a win, win, win. Imagine. So it's not about stopping. It's not about not feeling anger. It's not about not being angry. It's about being present with it. It's about being able to see what can I create with this energy. And so the question here that I want to leave you with is, if you view your anger as energy rather than something negative, what could you choose to create change or stand for with that energy? Hmm? If you view your anger as energy rather than something negative, what could you choose to create, to change, or stand for with that energy? So let's bring all those four ideas together. We have the ability to transcend previous experiences, but we cannot do that while continually repeating the same mental reactions. We are inviting you to move beyond hope and fear and step into the unknown. Because when we do that, we can become curious about anger instead of automatically judging it. And when we can learn to channel the energy of anger towards creation, connection, and meaning, then we can create meaningful change. And really, what is that? The thread that we see here is that we always have a choice. We always have a choice, not a choice to control everything. We don't have that kind of control, but we do have the choice of how we meet what happens. That's where your power is. That's where your power is. It's how you meet what happens. It's not what happens to you, it's how you react to it. So the what I'm inviting you to do is to pause, to stay curious, to choose questions, to choose to take the next step, to choose to listen to our emotions and what are they saying to you. Choose to channel your anger energy towards something that really matters. And perhaps this is what conscious living really invites us into. It doesn't invite us to be perfect, because as long as we're human, having a human experience, it's not about perfection. It's about having the experience. And having the experience means that we will have all the emotions of being human. It's about how we react to all the emotions. It's not about having all the answers. It's not about not never being afraid. It's not about never being angry. It's not about that. It's about the awareness that creates for choice. That's what it's about. It's about remembering that awareness creates space for choice. When you become aware, that is a space that opens up for possibilities. And what happens is that amazing ideas begin to appear, amazing people begin to appear, amazing opportunities begin to show up because you are opening up to it. So now imagine approaching whatever situation you're going through right now with curiosity instead of conclusion, instead of this always happens to me. What if you ask, what is possible here? And instead of saying, I don't know what to do, how about if you say, what is the next step? And instead of you saying, I shouldn't be angry, what if you ask, what is this energy showing me here? What is this energy here inviting me to observe? And so that's how we begin to learn, to transform and move beyond anger. Okay? So pause, listen, choose, move, create. And I promise you, when you do that, you're moving into infinite possibilities because that's what it's about. That's what it's about. So I go back into that first question that we asked. What if the experiences that have shaped you do not have to determine who you become? What if the experiences that have shaped you do not have to determine who you become? That's what it's about. You can choose every single day to be the being that you are here to be. I think that that's what life is about. Choosing every moment, every 10 seconds, we can choose different because 10 seconds ago, they already passed, it's done, it's gone, and we only have now. And so, in that space, I'd like to invite you to take a deep breath and let's go into affirmations. The next affirmation is, it is so that I channel my anger into meaningful, courageous actions. Take a deep breath. It is so that I channel my anger into meaningful, courageous action. Take a deep breath. It is so that I honor my anger, listen to what it is showing me, and channel its energy into courageous action. Take a deep breath. It is so that I honor my anger, listen to what is showing me, and channel its energy into courageous action. Take a deep breath. It is so. My anger is energy. I choose to transform it into clarity, courage, and meaningful action. Take a deep breath. It is so. My anger is energy. I choose to transform it into clarity, courage, and meaningful action. And in that space of owning and knowing our truth, I remember that there is only one power, one mind. And as I remember that there is only one power, one mind that I call God, that I call spirit, love, the universe, energy, whatever works for you. I recognize that I am one as it. I am a cell of it. And when I say I am speaking about you as well, because there's only one. And as I allow myself to be in that presence of the I am, and to tune into the energy of love, of peace, of joy, of grace, of anger, of hope. I know that none of it is good or bad. I embrace my emotions. I embrace my human emotions. And as I experience each emotion, I commit to be present with each emotion. I commit to not judging it. Instead, I use each emotion as information. I have the courage to walk away from situations and conditions that are not expanding me to be more, to move forward. And the more I choose to practice, the more I'm able to see beyond what is. I'm able to open to new possibilities, new opportunities, new relationships, new adventures. Mm, mm. I am so grateful. So grateful to know this truth for myself, for everyone that is listening and is joining us in this broadcast right now, and for those that are listening to this broadcast later. I bless everyone, wherever each person is, because what I know is that there's only one mind, one power, one source, and I am that source. And when I say I am speaking about each one of you, I'm so grateful for this time. I'm so grateful for the message. And I am knowing that is landing where it needs to be land. It has been received for those that are ready and not ready to receive. Has planted a seed, and it continues to grow in our hearts, in our mind, in our souls, in our whole being, as this is what it's about. And in that knowing, I let this go. I let it be, knowing it is so. And so it is, and now it is. Ashe, Amen. Mm. Yes, that was a treatment. Okay. And that's just a reminder that we have prayer professionals here at One Love Center, ready and willing and able to remind you that spirit is the power, charge, and always and already within you for your immediate use. Hi, sorry. My apologies. So, um, if you have prayers, please send them to onelovecenter.org. Our email is onelove@onelovecenter.org. And we also invite you to leave a message at 646-685-3344. Remember that your prayers are, we pray for you for 7 days, and they are strictly confidential. You can also call the prayer line for Centers for Spiritual Living, and that number is 424-235-4326. When you send your prayers, we pray for you for 7 days. After 7 days, if we have not heard from you, we will stop praying for you. Also know that if you are needing more than a prayer, we have practitioners within One Love Center. I'm a practitioner, lead as a practitioner. Reverend Botany is a practitioner. Before he was a minister, all the ministers are practitioners before. And they continue to be practitioners. And so please know that we are here to support you. Yes, there is a fee for having a practitioner session, yet connect with us. Don't let money be the reason you don't get the resources and the support that you are requiring to continue to expand and to continue to have an amazing life, because I am here to tell you, you can have an amazing life. You can have an amazing life. Okay. Also, at this point, I like to say thank you to all our donors, to all those people that are so generous, that continue to support this ministry of One Love Center for all these years that we have been in service. Um, Thank you for your generosities. Thank you for sending your donations every month, every week. Whenever you send them, thank you. And so we ask you that continue to send your donations for to support One Love Center. You can send donations at Cash Me App, and that symbol is $CSL. Um, no, One Love CSL. That's the symbol for the Cash Me app. And you can also use PayPal and send your donations via PayPal. You just have to go to One Love. Um, when you go to One Love at onelovecenter.org, when you go to your PayPal account. And now we have the affirmation for abundance. Put your hands in your heart, and whatever that amount of money it is that you're sending to One Love Center, know that it's coming from a place of abundance, because we receive every dollar. Whatever it is that your heart is choosing to send, we are grateful for it, and we receive it with love and gratitude. And so say, money, as one of the many gifts of spirit, is good. As I share my offerings, I know that I am actively creating a space to receive more gift, more money, and more good. I am grateful for the ability to give and for the good works this gives to in our center, in our world. And so it is, and now it is. Ashe, amen. And so at this point, we are bringing the next thing is that book of the month is Dare to Lead by Brené Brown. This is the book that we have been reading. So you're welcome to find that book on Amazon, I believe it is. We have the magazine of Science of Mind, and we have been going through the Fear and the Furious has been the theme of the month. And we have today Sunday's quote or affirmation. It says, let me see if I can see it. Okay. I focus on how I am being. I choose harmony with the source of all good. I choose love and deep understanding of my oneness with all. And quote from Holmes, from our founder, it says, so humans must be created with the possibility of limitless freedom and let alone to discover themselves. Ernest Holmes, The Science of Mind, page 109. Now, the next thing, I think, announcements. First of all, I want to say thank you, comments and gratitude for all those of you that are here right now. Thank you for joining us live. Thank you for those of you that will be watching this later on. Thank you for sharing this broadcast with your friends and family on your social pages. Any comments that you might have, I'm not able to see any comments, but if you did comment, thank you so much for your comments. See, you cannot change. Here I have a comment from Lita. She said, you cannot change your circumstances with the same mind that created it. Yes. Thank you, Lita, for that comment. Yes, yes, yes. We cannot do that. And Reverend Rodney said, thanks for great lessons. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all for being here and for choosing to be with us, because we know that you could have chosen to be anywhere else and not here with us. So we'll see you next Sunday for our last Sunday of continuing to be in this with the Fear and the Furious, with the theme of Fear and the Furious. Um, Next week is the last Sunday of August. And so thank you for sharing with us today. We invite you to join us next week for our topic, building an open and collaborative environment. So now we leave you with our song. Oh no, mentiras. The benediction. The benediction. So take a deep breath. Take a moment to be in this space. I am so grateful. I'm grateful for technology. I'm grateful for each one of you that are here with us live. I am grateful for Lita in the background, for her support. I'm grateful for Reverend Rodney, for his vision. I'm grateful for the ministry of One Love Center. I'm grateful for all the words and all the message that came through. I'm grateful that every life that this broadcast is touching, it's not touching just the person that is watching now and later, but it's touching many more. I am grateful for the ability to be here. And what I'm claiming for each and every one of us is that we are able to remember the words and the message and the questions, and that we might be able to continue to be in that contemplative questions, to be in the question, to be curious, and to be able to listen and to honor our bodies and to honor what anger is informing us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am filled with gratitude for all that has transpired during this broadcast. And I am knowing it is good and very good, and it continues to be very good throughout the day and throughout the week. And so it is, and now it is. Ashe. Amen. And so now, the song to finish up our service.
Joyous sacred celebration. We give thanks for all we are. Every soul has come so far. Love in action, service true. The divine spirit that is you. We're awakening, can't you see? Living love and living free. One love, one life, one spirit divine. One heart, one life. Your journey and God in you, shining through in all you do, learning, growing hand in hand. Together we will understand. Prosperous, giving, hearts set free. One love is our destiny. One love, one life, one spirit, divine. One heart, one life. Your journey and mine, where compassion flows and grace abounds. Oh, one love, where love grows, love is found. One love, where love grows all around. One love, where love grows all around. One love, where love grows all around. Welcome home to one love. Yeah. Welcome home to one love. Where love grows. Where love grows. Where love grows.
I'm laughing because I'm looking at the message and I want to say thank you to Cornelia, though. She was in our, or she is still in our broadcast. Thank you so much for your comments. I appreciate your comment of bad grammar. Why do I appreciate it? Because I'm still learning, my dear. Yeah, English is my second language. I don't know if you notice, but I'm doing my best. So thank you. I continue to do my best every time I show up. So thank you for being here. Thank you for receiving the message. I do want to say one last thing is if you want to learn more about the services and how I might be able to support you in your journey, please, we have here a link that you can go through. Let me see if we can add that link into the comments. So you can actually go there and connect with me directly, okay? So you can connect directly with me and I can support you in your journey. I will be more than happy to do so. So thank you, and have an amazing Sunday, and we'll see you next time.